Hey yo everyone, Noki's here, and today we are going big. As today I'm going to be attempting my first ever massive project. This video took over 20 hours to make, so make sure to subscribe and leave a like as we are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. I know it sounds impossible, but I believe we can make it work. Last episode we got ourselves some wings so we can finally soar through the skies and move around quickly, but we can't fly far without rockets and we only have 26 left. So today we're going to address this issue and build a creepy farm, but we're also gonna make it fancy, because I want to make sure that each farm in this world is pretty and has its own build and maybe a bit of lore. Shut up, Iron Farm. I'll get to you when I get to you. Anywho, let's start. First things first, we need a lot of materials for this farm. Like, we have a lot of shulker boxes, so it's going to be nice and easy to transfer everything, but we do need torches, chests, fences, buttons, and a ton of letters. We also need some gates. I'm not gonna worry about the color, they are different, I know, it doesn't matter. We also need about 32 stacks of blocks, so hopping on to our storage system, we should have about 32 stacks of stone. Yep, that's definitely enough. We also need a little bit of iron, so gonna go to our iron farm. Here we go, that should be enough. Thank you. I'm gonna try to save on the rockets because we need to fly all the way into the ocean for this farm, so now we're gonna walk. Iron so we can make a bunch of hoppers. For this farm we also need about 13.5 stacks of trapdoors. Luckily I've been storing some spruce logs, so we should be fine. I hope that's gonna be enough. Why are they so expensive? Okay, well that's definitely not enough. Time to chop some trees. Okay. I have no idea what's going on, but it's been about a stack or two trying to bone meal this thing and it doesn't work. What is happening? Oh gee, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay, this should be enough. Another important ingredient is sheep. We need a ton of wool, so we probably need to actually make a farm at some point, but for now this will work. Okay, this should be enough. We also need a couple pumpkins. We also need a little bit of soul sand, so going back to the nether, I am pretty sure that we found soul sand valley somewhere right by the fortress. Aha, right over there. We just need a couple. Okay, time to head back. I don't want to stay here another second. Right, with that we can make a couple soul campfires, and I believe this should be all that we need, all of the materials. We only need one last thing, which we can find right by where we're going to build the farm, which I assume is going to be somewhere right in the ocean, but before that, we need to fly all the way to the snowy biome, so we can get some snow. That should be enough snow blocks. Now we can go all the way back and choose our location. I want to be a little bit closer to our base, so it's not going to take too many rockets to get there. Now we have this lovely ocean right here, so probably somewhere right in the middle of it will be a great place. Okay, so according to the tutorial, the farm works best at a deep ocean biome, which should be... So we have an ocean here. I don't think we have a deep ocean here, but this place right here should actually work pretty well. Wait, that sounds like a deep ocean. Oh wait, that's a deep ocean right here. Oh, look, wait. Ocean monument. Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna build it right here, but I'll come back to it definitely. Let's build a little bit to the side. I'd say probably like right here in the middle. Yeah, that's actually such a good place. Is it still deep ocean? It's a cold ocean. So probably like right here. Choosing your place is so hard. Actually, never mind, I'm actually gonna go back. So right about here would be great. Yeah, pretty nice place. Okay, right about here. I'm in so much pain. Ah. Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's not something I expected. I've completely forgot. Oh, that's a lot of things. I am not going to find any. No, I am not fighting any of them. No, thank you. I'm just going to ignore. But I've been AFKing for about 20 minutes. I think that's not bad. That's not bad at all. How much do we get? We had almost like 3.5 stacks? Yeah, oh my gosh, that's actually so good. For 20 minutes, this guy... Oh, okay. This guy kinda escaped, I don't really trust him. But before we actually continue anything... no. I forgot how to fly. Here we go. Before we continue anything, I need to go back to our house, which should only cost us 1.5 rockets to get there. Need to make sure I don't die. Okay. Alright, here we go. One thing I need to do before we continue on our journey, we need to name our elytra, and we had a name suggestion for Griffin's Wings. I think it's an awesome name, it's so badass. I absolutely love this name. And one more thing that we need to do, we need to go back to our iron farm. Envelope. Oh damn, that's a lot of iron. Okay. I'm going back to our villager trading hall so we can trade our iron for emeralds and get a name tag, because we also have another name suggestion. 20 emeralds, oh that's a lot. And one more name that we have for our baby that we found last episode, Potato. I think that's such a cute name to name a zombie piglin. Hopefully it's still alive. Here we go. Hello Potato. Hello our child. Pew. Adorable. I love it. We have Potato, we have Griffin's Wings, we have Salt and Pepper. Our family is finally growing. Now with this out of the way, all we need to do is now get the materials for the actual build that we're gonna go. Which means we need to go all the way to our material place. And we should have a bunch of stone still left. Yeah, a couple. We definitely need more than that. We also need a couple stone deep slates. Yeah, let's get some deep slate. And some cobblestone that we don't have enough, unfortunately. But that should be enough to get us started. Now we can actually go back and start building. I am so excited, I have huge plans for this build. Here we are, let's actually light everything up because the mobs are already spawning. Good. Quickly light everything up. Alright, we should be good, no mobs can spawn, so we're nice and safe. Now, unlike the build, the plan itself is pretty simple. I want to hide all of this farm and use it as a platform, so all of this, for a massive castle-like build, which is also gonna hold like a simple sugarcane farm, so we can create everything we need for the rockets in one AFK session. Now that sounds pretty good, but we actually need to plan everything first. So something like this. Right now it looks like a big old mess, just a bunch of towers, but all of these are going to be like the heights of the different towers. I wanted to keep them kind of similar, but also at the same time a little bit different. And I think I do kind of like the height of each of them. The middle one is gonna go down differently. It's just the AFK spot. Oh, I landed it. Heck yeah. Now with all the planning out of the way, I want to get a little bit more materials. Now 6 stacks of stone left, and that's definitely not enough. Back in the mines I spent about an hour gathering all the different types of stone we need for this build, along with some ores that I find on my way, which I actually didn't find much, but I did find a pretty big cave that I ignored because I'm not trying to die today. Okay, so after a little bit of mining, we should have enough stone just to get us started. We'll definitely need to get more at some point, but I want to start with probably these towers over here first. I'm not trying to go for anything crazy, as this is my very first relatively large project and I don't want to make it too complicated. So for the base of most parts, I'm going to be using a mixture of stone bricks, and mostly stone bricks. The front first towers are going to be the same, as they're holding the main gate and the only entrance. The base of the gate is the same stone with some stone stairs and spruce fences behind to make it look like a gate of the actual castle, which apparently is called Portcullis. I don't know how to pronounce that word, I'm sorry. For the actual towers, I'm going to be using a lot of spruce because, well, it's my favorite type of wood, but also the build itself is surrounded by spruce forest, so it only makes sense that the locals who build this castle would use primarily this wood for everything. To make each tower a little bit less boring, I'm splitting them in levels and adding different designs and windows. So for the first tower, since they are right at the gate, I'm reinforcing them with some deep slate stairs and using iron bars for the windows to make it more protected, and some spruce fences for decor and color. Okay, yeah, this is actually pretty good. I kind of like it. We're gonna do it all the way on all of the sides, and I think it's gonna add a really nice dimension to this tower. Yeah, I kind of like it. For the top of the tower, I'm going with the classic defense look, which in history often had turrets on top of them, or at least that's what Wikipedia told me. I don't know, I'm not really good at comprehending what I read, so correct me if I'm wrong. For some lights, I'm going for the classic and my absolute favorite chain and lantern. This is looking pretty good, not gonna lie, I really like it. Now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 more towers to complete. I'm gonna make them a little bit different from these 2 towers, just to keep things a little bit more unique. Unique is a pretty strong word, as we are now building the same stone and stone brick base with spruce details, but oh, actually never mind, we're using some oak trapdoors for the windows now. Good. I wanted this to be more of a lookout tower, so I'm going for stripped spruce logs as like a little room, and for decor I choose ladders and oak fences, something nice and simple. I want the roof to be pointy, so spruce slabs for the sides and deep slate bricks and stairs seem like a good choice, as spruce and deep slate is like the safest option for any build. Fourth tower I decided to make same as the last one, but with a bit of a fancy detail. Let's see if you can tell what's the difference between those towers. Tower number 5. Damn, we are flying through those towers. I wish they were actually that fast to build, but with this tower I wanted to go full color. So regular spruce logs, white glass for the top part of the tower, jungle stairs for the bottom level with some foliage. I'm going to add all the leaves and the little details later, so don't worry about that. For the middle of this tower I'm adding even more color by using yellow stained glass, and I think it ended up being a great little detail. Last tower, I think I lost count already. All I see is towers. I dream about towers. Anywho, same old spruce and deep slate, but the tower is looking a bit boxy, so I added the spruce fences to round it up a little bit, and since these 2 towers ended up being so close together, I thought why not slap a little bridge across them. I did not regret anything. It turned out to be an amazing detail. Alright, with all the towers done, they're looking amazing. Look at all of them. Let's have a look from the side. Ooh, that is looking so good. I love it. Oh my gosh, look at it. Look at that. That is looking so amazing. I love it. Oh, that looks so good. And we are not even done. But while I was working, we collected about a couple... oh, jeez. We collected a couple stacks of gunpowder. This is actually so good. We don't even need to AFK all the way up. Well, we are done with the towers, but we are not complete with the build. I want to start working on some of the little builds right here, and the one over there, and probably we can even start working on the main build. Yeah, let's do all the outside first. A castle needs a couple smaller builds for whatever castle needs them, so I want to add 2 little houses that are gonna break down the shape and add a little bit of purpose to the overall build. So going primarily with oak for the walls, reinforced with spruce logs, and regular glass panes for the windows, as those little houses are just a small addition to the main build and I didn't want them to be too overpowering and complex in detail. Added some oak planks for a bit of a texture, it just oak logs were looking kind of flat and boring. For the roof I'm going with the same spruce and deep slate, not really worrying about making the fancy shape, so using just the stairs for simplicity and getting attacked by phantoms that for some reason just spawned in the morning. It's the morning, why are they attacking me? Go away. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I had to take a little refuge in one of the towers, proving that the castle is 100% secure and safe to hide in before going back to finishing the house. The outside windows were exposed to danger, so I decided to reinforce them with iron bars for extra safety. For decoration, I'm using moss surrounded by spruce trapdoors as a little planters. Can't forget about a little chimney to add some life to the build. I thought granite would look pretty nice here, and it matches the jungle wood I used for the tower in the background. Okay, this is all completed. It's looking really nice. That's a nice and cute house. It's not too overwhelming, nice and simple. Now we need to do pretty much the same thing for the second house right here. The second houses use the same colors and blocks with a little bit of variation in design, like using campfires for the overhang, and I was starting to lose my mind a little bit, so this roof is very abstract and I got myself confused so many times building it, even though the idea of it is not that complicated. It's just slabs. Alright, second house is done. It's looking pretty good. Missing a lot of decorations that we're going to add a little bit later once we're done with the entire build, but it's looking freaking amazing, so cute. We need to add more flowers here. The next thing I want to do is all these little corners are messing with my brain. So now what I want to do is I want to tackle along this wall. So all of the walls that are going to surround our main structure, yeah, let's just do them now so they're gonna be out of the way. I didn't have enough brain power to come up with something extravagant for the walls, and honestly they don't really need any fancy decorations. They are perfect just the way they are, simple but effective. The main struggle was getting all the little segments between the structures, but we managed. And would you look at that, magnificent. We don't even need to add anything else, it looks so good already. You can see me running around the circles in the center over there. It's because I realized that I should have done the main build first and then surrounded with towers, because now I'm left with the task of squeezing a giant structure in the middle of tiny platform. Oh well, it honestly could be worse, but we do need to get some materials for that, as I'm going full on rich with this build. And so I spent an eternity training iron with villagers for quartz blocks that I'm going to mix in with the bone blocks to save on materials, as they are cheap and we have an unlimited amount of those. It kinda reminds me of my home country government. Then I spent all my sand and gravel to make white concrete powder that I had to turn to regular concrete that was flying everywhere, and that took me roughly 1.5 hours of my life that I will never get back. Okay, I hope this will be enough, as I don't want to go through this hell of gathering materials again. So going with the same spruce for the corners to plan out how big the build is going to be, and for the walls mixing between all of the white blocks that we gathered, I realized that it kinda looks bad. The bone blocks were pretty warm compared to the rest of the blocks, and it just didn't look nice at all. I worked on this build for quite a while now, so to clear my head I went mining a little bit, and that's what I found our first geode. That had a bunch of calcite, which was exactly what we needed. So I spent a bit of time gathering as much calcite and amethyst blocks as I could, trying not to break any of those cracked amethyst blocks so they can keep producing more amethyst buds, and look how empty it looks now. Just kidding, I was too lazy to clear everything out, but I will come back to it one day, that is not today. With my newly acquired blocks, I went back to the castle and replaced all of those weird looking bone blocks. Don't get me wrong, I love them and the way they sound when you break them, but they just don't fit in, and it looks so much better with calcite instead. For the windows I want to go big but simple, so spruce stairs and light blue glass panes give the build a bit more unique and fresh look. For the entrance I'm going with the spruce and barrel pillars, classic, and for a little overhang I want to go with the same deep slate brick slab, so the entire build won't stand out as much from the rest of the castle. The main build was looking a bit flat, as it was just a rectangle, so to spice it up a little bit I decided to add yet another tower, because towers make everything look so much better. It wasn't much of a different tower than the rest of them, same old stone, spruce, deep slate, which for some reason I lost the footage of me actually making this tower because I never named any of my recordings, so we're just gonna go to the next thing I made, which is the balcony, because who doesn't like balconies? I have a balcony at my place and it's the best thing ever. I also have a little garden where I grow veggies, because in this economy... Wait, what are we doing? Ah right, we're building the balcony in Minecraft. It looks pretty good already, doesn't it? Now it's time for the roof. It's going to be pretty simple deep slate style that I always build, besides a minor detail. I want to introduce a little bit more color and variation, so adding those little withered parts was a pretty fun thing to do, and I love how it turned out. It makes it look like the castle was here for quite some time and have seen quite a bit. Oh wait, we actually do have tower footage. I guess I decided to build it last so it would be easier to tell how high it has to be. Look at me making smart decisions. But now all that's left to do is add all the minor details and the little things that I missed. I like adding glow lichen, as it gives a slight texture to the blocks and a bit of light, so we can get rid of those torches and mobs still won't spawn. We can't forget about leaves. They make every build look so much better. You don't know how to decorate your build? Just add leaves, it's easy as that. And a couple pots here and there for extra plant material and a subtle pop of color. And what kind of castle is it without flags? I thought yellow will contrast well with overall mute and pretty cool colors. Also, I needed an excuse to use yellow in general, as I never use it and it's such a nice color. I also added a tiny sugarcane farm inside as an excuse to not do interior, and also to turn the creeper farm into a rocket farm. And that completes the build. Just look at it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I freaking love it. Yeah, so this is the night build. Let's see how it looks in the morning. Even better. No, actually I do like the night version more, but it looks amazing, and all these hours that spent were definitely worth it. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. That was extremely fun. I really love how this turned out. It was definitely one of the most difficult things I have ever built, because I started playing Minecraft like literally 1 or 2 years ago, so that was extremely fun, and I hope you all enjoyed. But I will see you all later. Bye.